Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Today I would like to deliver a presentation of our research which is titled The Comparative Study of Various Virgin Coconut Oil (VCO) Extraction Methods on the Oil Yield Produced from Malaysian Dwarf Coconuts Variety PANDAN and MATAG. My name is Muhamad Syazwan bin Azizi and I'm a lecturer in Politeknik Jeli, Kelantan. Here are our other team members which are Nur Syamimi Hazikah binti Achong, Zubaidah binti Sumong and also Dayang Anisah binti Awang Ahmad from Politeknik Sandakan Sabah. For the introduction, virgin coconut oil is defined as the oil produced for immature and mature coconuts kernelled by mechanical or also natural processes where the heat is used and does not cause the oil to change or transform. In Malaysia, coconut farmers, landowners, smallholders, and also entrepreneurs are very interested in the rapidly growing, specialized, and high-value markets for VCO as nutritional supplement, body moisturizer, and many more. The objective of our study is to identify the oil yield in terms of volume produced from 3 different VCO extraction methods, which are dry extraction, fermentation, and also hot extraction using PANDAN and MATAG coconut varieties. Here are 3 problem statements that arise for us to do this research. Number 1, the lack of diversity and also versatility of product from mature coconuts were not widely recognized by the public. Number 2, lack of the exposure on the method in producing VCO mainly due to the lack of awareness. And number 3, lack of studies focusing on yield volume of VCO from Malaysia dwarf coconuts varieties produced from various extraction methods. Next, we are going to take a look at the literature review for our study. The first section is for coconut and also virgin coconut oil VCO. Known as aromatic dwarf on a global scale, the short growing pandan, which is a pandan coconut that we are using in this study, was first introduced in Thailand in 1971. This is from JPM 2007. The MATAG coconut is a hybridized coconut variety from Malaysia produced by the method of assisted pollination between a male Tagnanan coconut from the Philippines and a female Malayan yellow dwarf coconut from Malaysia. This is from Zuraida and Mazidah 2015. For VCO, in the cosmetic and health industries, VCO is highly regarded as a good carrier oil because it can dilute a sorted of essential oil and assist in its absorption on the skin. VCO is also an emerging functional food product based from Marina 2009. VCO has also many beneficial qualitative properties such as free fatty acids, moisture, tocopherol, and triaglycerol from Dumankas 2016. This is our first method for VCO extraction that we use in our research, which is the dry extraction method. Okay, it was discovered that VCO yield correlates with moisture level with grated coconut that has undergone less drying producing more VCO. Following drying process, the oil is extracted by a hydraulic press from Naik 2014. Next is the fermentation method. Okay, by modifying the pH, extracted VCO uses bacterial cultures to destabilize the coconut milk emulsion. Experiments utilizing lactobacillus species to induce fermentation demonstrated in enhancing VCO quality and also quantity from Mansur 2012. Next is hot extraction method. VCO is extracted from the coconut milk by heating in hot extraction method. The coconut milk emulsion is destabilized and the coconut milk's protein are denatured as a result of heating. Coconut milk was heated at 100 to 120 degrees Celsius for about 60 minutes to completely evaporate the water. Then the VCO was extracted using a manual process from Sidaling Goswami 2011. The next section for our research here is the methodology. For materials that we use in our study, freshly harvested pandan variety coconuts were obtained from Department of Agriculture Beluran, Sabah. A total of 45 pieces of coconuts were used in the study. Freshly harvested MATAG variety coconuts were obtained from Ulu Dusun Agricultural Research Centre, Research Station in Sabah. Also, a total of 45 pieces were used in the study. One of the machines that we use in the study is a hydraulic oil press machine that was borrowed from Ulu Dusun Research Station in Sabah. Okay, firstly, we're going to take a look at the first extraction method in our research, which is the dry extraction method. Okay, as you can see over here, the white meat of harvested pandan and MATAG coconuts were grated and sun-dried for about 5 hours and were turned for every 30 minutes manually to promote aeration and also uniform drying process. The grated coconuts were then placed into a hydraulic oil press machine to extract the VCO. The VCO was also then filtered using a sieve and left for 24 hours to ensure any solid or foreign matter deposited on the beaker base are removed. VCO was filtered using Whatman paper, and finally a clean and clear VCO was accumulated. The yield volume was recorded. Here are some pictures of our during the dry extraction process. And here is the machine, the hydraulic machine. Next is the fermentation method. Also, the white meat of pandan and MATAG coconuts were grated using a grater machine. The grated coconuts was weighed using a digital weighing machine. Make sure the weight of the meat and the coconut water is the same to enhance or accelerate the fermentation process. Coconut milk was extracted using coconut milk compressor tool and muslin cloth and transferred into a container. VCO was filtered using Whatman filter paper and then kept in a room temperature for about 48 hours to complete fermentation process. Then it will develop three distinct layers. The top layer is the coconut milk, the middle layer is VCO, and the bottom layer is the byproduct. Okay, the middle layer is the one layer that we need to extract so that we can take the VCO from this fermentation method. Okay, here are some of the pictures. As you can see here, clear 3 layers of milk. And then lastly is the hot extraction method. Freshly coconut was grated and weighed, then squeezed using a muslin cloth, left for 2 hours to separate the coconut milk layer with coconut water, and then the separated layer of coconut milk was then removed from the container using a metal ladle. Firstly, the coconut milk was placed in a pan and heated to a high temperature, and then to a medium temperature, and finally to the lowest level of temperature, which is about 60 degrees Celsius, until the oil is separated from the coconut milk. The oil was removed from the pan before the protein clumps and the oil turns yellowish. And then the oil was filtered and the volume was recorded. Okay, here are some of the pictures during the hot extraction method. Okay, here is the process where we weigh all the volumes of oil yield. Next, we're going to take a look at the results and discussion. Okay, in this study, we have a calculation based from Manso to 2012, where in his study he concluded that there's a percentage, a formula to calculate the oil recovery percentage, or ORP, which is the weight of oil extracted in ml divided by initial weight of coconut milk or meat in ml times 100 equals to ORP, which is the oil recovery percentage. So the higher ORP means the higher volume yielded from each extraction methods. Okay, in this graph, in this figure, we can see the percentages of each extraction method. The VCO oil recovery percentage using 3 different methods was shown in figure 1. The figure shows that drying method recovered the maximum oil with pandan variety 12.9% and MATAG variety 14.5%. Hot extraction method produced 12.3% and pandan variety 11.1%. For fermentation, the lowest ORP with 10.8% and 7.2%. The drying process was the best method to produce higher VCO yield as based from the previous slide. This is because the oil is produced by directly extracting it using a hydraulic oil press machine from the content of dried grated coconuts. Based from Patty 2015, fermentation produced the least volume of VCO. This is mainly because that the temperature variation, the fluctuation of temperature is to blame for this average drop, because it needs a stable temperature so that it can develop a good yield from the fermentation method. However, this method is still one of the most convenient homemade methods, because it does not require any difficult to operate equipments or chemical materials, and you can do it in your own home. As a conclusion, literature reported many methods in producing VCO from coconuts of any variety in the form of traditional or modern methods, and using coconut milk or dried grated coconuts as a source of material. In this study, we found that the drying method produced from the highest VCO recovery, which is the ORP percentage, as compared to which is the dry extraction method, as compared to fermentation and hot extraction methods. In the future, we hope that the study is proposed to be extended in examining and analyzing qualitative properties. For example, free fatty acids, moisture, tocopherol, triglycerol, and also MCT of VCO obtained from various extraction methods. Okay, here are some of the photographs that we took. Three of our researchers sold the accumulated VCOs in a expo, and it gained widely acclaim. Okay, and many people bought the VCOs because some of the VCOs is original. We did not add any chemicals, and some we experimented with adding menthol, and it gives quite a calming sensation to the skin. Okay, here are our references that we use in this slide and this study. Okay, so thank you, and I hope all of you have been enjoying my presentation, and I hope you gain some knowledge about the importance of VCO in our daily lives. Assalamualaikum, and have a good day, everyone. Thank you.